Hi, welcome to simplyhike.co.uk. In this session we're going to be looking at the Trangia range of stoves. They come in a range of sizes, starting with the 27 series, which is suitable for 1 to 2 people, up to the 25 series, which is now suitable for 3 to 4. They all work in exactly the same way, you just have these two sizes. You also have 3 options of pan level to go for. You can go for the standard level, you can go for the non-stick version, and you can go for the hard anodized versions. And if you check the specification on the product pages, you'll see the difference between each of them. You can also elect to go for versions that include the optional kettle with them as well. They're all great stoves, so whichever one you choose, you get a great bit of kit at the end of the day. So let's take a closer look at the operational. The pan itself, all self-contained. Just undo the strap on the top. It just threads itself out. On the top here, the frying pan or the lid. Internally, it stores the pan carry handle. Inside this yellow bag, we have the simmer ring and the actual spirit burner unit itself. Also internally, we move these pan supports out of the way. There's 2 pans, the upper windshield and the lower windshield. Now, the lower windshield has 2 distinct sides to it. One side has holes and the other side does not. The reason for this is in very bad weather, you face the side with no holes into the wind, and in very light wind conditions, you face the holes into the wind, which just pushes more oxygen through into the burner. Obviously, if it's blowing a complete hoolie, there's no need to, but in very light winds, the extra air coming through just means that the spirit burner works a little bit more efficiently. So for now, let's assume it's nice light conditions. Your little yellow bag, keep safely. You're going to need that later to put your spirit unit back into once it's cooled down, after you've done your cooking. But for now, I'll just stick that in my pocket. Next thing is the actual spirit burner itself. You unscrew the top, you'll see there's a little O-ring in there. Put the fuel in here. Always use the Trangia fuel bottle to fill it up. There's actually 2 distinct parts in there. You fill it up, and when you light it, just with a normal match or whatever, you'll see it first of all burns the fuel, and then as it starts to preheat, it then starts to vaporize, and then the vapor begins to burn, which is much, much more efficient. Generally, it's better to light the unit. Just place it in the lower windshield. It just goes in like that. You light it, and then you put the upper windshield on. Obviously, in very bad conditions, it's better to put the windshield on first, and that actually goes in, and then it locks into position. You just turn it round about 20 degrees, and now you're in position. You now can light the unit. You can add in the simmering ring. Very simple. If you want to boil water, let's say, and you want full power, you just open that up fully. If you want to just simmer something, maybe you're just doing a stew or something, and you want it to just cook very slowly, you put that in, just drop it over the burner, and it's ready to use. And you drop that on once it's actually alight. Now, if you're going to be doing frying, you leave these pan supports on the upper windshield out. Always use your pan handle, holds on, and it just sits on top like that. Obviously now you can do all your frying that you want to. When you're finished with that, take it off, always use the pan handle, it gets very hot. If you want to use your pots, just put your windshield legs inside, and now that will allow you to put your pot inside the windshield. I just need to hold on to it so you can see it there. But they just hold the pot in position there. Now in very bad weather, you can put the lid on top, to act as basically a roof to the whole thing, keeps the heat in there, makes it a little bit more efficient. You can take that off. Obviously good again if it's raining and you're cooking outside. You can take that off. And one very neat trick with all the Trangias is you can have one pan in and then put the lid on top, and you can heat things in here slowly as well. The heat actually rises up through. When you're finished, it's a simple matter of just taking all the bits out, windshield off, close your simmering ring, which will extinguish the flames. Obviously be very careful, don't hold on to it. Use your handle to push that across and that will extinguish the flames. Once it's cool, then take that off. This part, generally in my experience, takes about 20 minutes to cool down. Obviously you don't want to put that back on with this hot because it'll melt the O-ring. Just put that back on and then you just pack your entire unit back away in the reverse of what we did when we got it out. So your pans, pots and pans go in. Remember your yellow bag, once everything's cool, your spirit burner, simmering ring and handle can all go back in there, back inside the stove, legs down, lid on, and then you just thread your strap back through. And there's your Trangia, ready to be packed away in your Bergen again.